start on a very sort of apologetic note. I think it is also become a cliche thing to say that someone is busy and someone is going to spare time out of his busy schedule. Now, I was relaxing on a holiday and had actually forgotten that I'm here. Supposed to be here, so when Martha ma'am called me, so I thought, let me get ready and rush. So today must have been the fastest that I have got out of reached the venue in about 12-13 minutes. Sorry for being late. Yes, I have always sort of been an advocate for equality, all forms of equality, including gender equality. In my view, yes, there are differences between different people, whether it is based on gender, sex, caste, religion, place of stay, what we do, but I think equality has to be between equals. We cannot equate two things which are not equal, but between equals we should treat people equally. Sometimes we feel bad that women are given preferential treatment, but for my male friends who are there, we would not be here if they were not ladies. So we should respect the difference. If it were all donkeys, nobody will recognize the horses. So if it was all males, we would not recognize the importance of the males. And if it were only females, we would not recognize the importance of males. So that said, I think that besides recognizing the differences, we need to respect the differences which are there. And within those differences, we need to actually also sort of give preferential treatment to people who we consider weak or who have some limitation in whatever form. Now, as the DGP, we are faced with problems in the police. Firstly, that in Nagaland police we don't have 50% women, which actually is an ideal situation. We don't even have a 33% reservation, 33% numbers of women. Ours will be just about 10 to 12%, which essentially comes from the battalion and some other women police personnel. And we are handicapped in Nagaland police also to deal with women-related issues because of the shortage of women that we have. On our side, we have been trying our best to push up the numbers. In fact, for the girls or the ladies here, we have consciously decided that during the recruitment for the sub-inspectors and above, where we have to go through either the NPSC or the NSSP, we will request more than the 15-20% numbers so that we can push up the numbers to 33%. Because the state government, I think in 2017, had issued an order saying that in police, at least in the DFs, there will be 33% of women. So that percentage is very low. So we are just trying to push up those numbers. Why I am saying this is because to handle women, to handle violence against women or abuse of women or discrimination against women, I think sometimes women are the best suited to address those issues or understand these issues. Let us all understand, whether it is males or females, that only a person who is being discriminated against can understand that he is being discriminated against. The person who is discriminating will not understand what is the problem. The person who is at the receiving end would understand what is the problem, and the same goes for violence against women and children. if we speak ill of women or we abuse women, whether it is physical abuse or mental abuse, as males we don't realize what we are saying. But it is the person who feels hurt who realizes that there is a hurt going on. So I think a part of this a part of it has to do with the traditional mindset in all societies, not just in Nagaland, but the world over, where women are considered weak. Yes, women may be physically different from men, but I don't think there is any difference in the mental faculties between males and females. Given an opportunity, ladies will be probably as well as the men, probably even better. If you look at the results of the UPSC exams and the competitive exams, there are more ladies, more girls coming up in the exams than the men. So mental faculties, there is no difference. However, the old mindset that I am the master of the house or the master in the office, I think it is time that it should go. I think ladies have been making an effort. There is a conscious effort among the girls, the females in the country and everywhere to grab that space. I think there is also some resistance from people, from the males about women grabbing that space, and that can turn out that can be displayed in various forms. I don't think in the public space it is more to do with violence. It is more to do with just denying space and coming up with excuses like all those things will start coming up. But I think the males in the society have to realize that this is how the world works. If you were to deny that space to women, you would not be there, as I said. So that is one aspect that I think it's not just the females, the ladies who have to change their mentality, they are doing their bit. It is the males who are, I think we should take extra effort to change our own mindset in all this. Physical abuse of women and children, I think it is a no-go area. If physical abuse takes place in a family, between a husband and wife or with girls, I think that it should be reported to the authorities, including the police. If you are not reporting it in the first instance, you are just encouraging the abuser for doing it again. He will do it because he gets encouraged, and you will keep tolerating it because it becomes a habit with you. You start thinking that this is how the world works. So I think the best way is to put a stop at the first instance where abuse is taking place or abuse is likely to take place. Obviously likely to take place is a very difficult area to explain. But if there is a physical abuse taking place, I think it should be reported at the first instance. Yes, there are issues like the family pride and the family setup, which are important. The unity of the family or the pride of the family has to be maintained. But I think there has to be a line drawn somewhere. I am not one person who would say that violence should be allowed to happen even if family unity is to be maintained. I think it should be reported. At the first instance itself, it is stopped, it will get stopped. If it is not stopped, it will keep happening. I would personally think that, I haven't got any figures with me, but I would personally feel that in instances of abuse, whether it is domestic abuse of a wife or children, these are not isolated cases of abuse. These are serial incidents of abuse where the husband has been doing it over a period of time. if that is the case, then I think women who are being abused or children who are being abused need to realize that if they had stopped it at the first instance, the last instance which they are dealing with will not happen. Sometimes it's also better to live in isolation rather than having to go through the trauma of living with a person who beats you or abuses you every day. So as a law enforcement officer, I would suggest that yes, we should have mechanisms. I think, let me admit, I haven't gone through the Domestic Violence Act, okay, but I think that we should develop mechanisms in coordination with the Department of Social Justice and Women and the Women Commission and all, where instances of abuse are reported and documented. Even if we don't have criminal cases, even if we don't register FIRs, these instances should be reported, because if it is a habit, that habit needs to be corrected, and that not only corrected, but if it is not dipped in the bud, it will spread. It is very easy for people to realize that if I can beat up, someone else can also beat up, or that fellow is beating up his wife or children, someone else can be beaten up also. So I think we need to come up with sort of non-punitive measures of documenting violence or abuse of women and children. So not necessarily that is to be punished, but some method where some action can be initiated or documented. Not necessarily again for punishing him, but even for the sake of putting other institutions, other mechanisms into place like counseling. Now if we don't know how many cases of abuse are reported, how do we put up institutions for counseling? Now counseling in Nagaland is a very nascent area.
We are observing today this International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. आज ही पूरा स्टार्ट को एक ना 60 डेज लगा एक्टिविटी चालू होता है. आगे तो भी स्पीकर खान किसी कथा करके ना जाएगी ना से तो वो I will not dwell upon all those points. Just few things कि मुझे लगा माइंड से आया से इतनी को बोले मन. I don't know why this violence and silence, both the words are same right. तो अमर खान लगा सोसाइटी थे तो any violence against women तो किसी साइलेंट पूरा अमर खान ऑब्जर्व कर लो, एकता भी हल्ला गुला न करे. We are so stereotyped. अमर खान लगा upbringing time पूरा. It's not about just women folk only. It's about both men and women. We are grown in such society where we accept something like it's nothing to do with, or it is not harming our society. एकदम accept करी लो. Silent था के. Silence of not only the victims. खाली victim खान लगा silence नहीं. ये तो silence of those family members, neighborhood ते बोहा मानू खान, neighbors खान. Then agencies also. Those law implementing agencies, women organization also. Even hotel to night, what I have observed, things are changing. I'm not saying that what the things were in the past, कि past तक से इतना change हुआ नहीं. भले भी वो change तो इसी आस्ते आस्ते आई है, इसी slow change आई है. And that this time you can see that the theme is unite. Invest to prevent violence against women and girls. It's a key investment है सर. खाली पैसा लगा investment नहीं. It's the commitment of ourselves. We need to invest ourselves, our commitment, our effort. इधर पीछे थे all those organizations working in this field, legislation. हमारे खान लगा legislators खान भी. इधर तो आरु भी हमारे खान there are legislation, but आरु भी कोरा करीने लगे. कि ले whatever we are doing, still I think आगे तक एक तो data present करेगी ना से.
Sexism, violence against women, gender discrimination is not part of another culture, and we must never think that modernity and tradition, women's rights comes only with modernity. Our Naga culture respects women and we must always embrace and recognize them. With this, I would like to share my poem, Sopunyo 2. My daughter, how shall I prepare you for the assaults of marriage? Shall I tell you that the moon is more man than woman, his affections waxing and waning, and you, the sea, pulled to swell or ebb at his whim? Shall I tell you that there is taking without desire, looking without seeing, holding without having? That a time may come when you pray, another will take your place.
Deputy Commissioner Kohima, Akokla, our member of the Nagaland Commission for Women, officers and staff of our various departments, the Social Welfare, the Women Commission, and the DC's office, officers and staff of other departments, and participants, the women who host, women from different churches, and also participants of this program, ladies and gentlemen. Violence against women and girls remains one of the most prevalent, pervasive and systematic human rights violation in the world, affecting more than an estimated 1 in 3 women. It continues to be mostly unreported due to impunity, silence, stigma, and shame surrounding it. Its manifestation encompasses physical, sexual, and psychological forms, some of which are highlighted in the IC material that has been distributed to all of you. Unfortunately, the data from one-stop centers and women helpline in our state show that all types of violence of gender-based violence.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.